The industry's reaction to a legend, Catherine O'Hara's passing marks the end of an era for improvisational comedy. Her range from SCTV to Schitt's Creek remains a blueprint for character acting. The outpouring of grief from peers like Eugene Levy and Michael Keaton speaks to her professional integrity. She was a national treasure whose work bridged the gap between Canadian and American cinema. Her portrayal of Moira Rose redefined the matriarch archetype for a new generation. Industry insiders highlight her as a generous collaborator who elevated every scene she entered. The 2026 awards season will undoubtedly be a tribute to her 5-decade career. Macaulay Culkin's Mama tribute reminds us of her iconic status in family cinema history. Critics often noted that her comedic genius was grounded in deep, relatable humanity. Her work in Christopher Guest's mockumentaries showcased a level of improv skill rarely matched. She maintained a level of class and privacy that is becoming rare in modern Hollywood. Tributes from political leaders like Justin Trudeau and Mark Carney emphasize her status as a Canadian icon. Her recent work on The Studio showed she was still at the top of her game at 71. The Moira Rose accent will likely be studied in acting schools as a masterclass in vocal characterization. She proved that a woman in comedy can be hysterical, glamorous, and respected all at once. The entertainment world feels significantly dimmer without her warm glow. Her ability to make difficult characters delightful was her true superpower. Fans are revisiting Beetlejuice and Home Alone to honor her timeless performances. She was a builder of worlds, often improvising the backstories that made her characters iconic. Professional comedy writers cite her as a primary influence for smart character-driven humor. On the medical revelation and health privacy, the news that O'Hara battled rectal cancer in private adds a layer of solemnity to her recent work. Fans are struck by her resilience, filming The Studio while undergoing treatment since March 2025. The discrepancy between brief illness and her long-term cancer battle highlights a commitment to privacy. A pulmonary embolism is a tragic reminder of how suddenly health complications can escalate. Medical experts note that cancer significantly increases the risk of life-threatening blood clots. Her death certificate provides a clinical clarity that often lacks in initial brief illness statements. The revelation of her private battle has sparked a renewed conversation about rectal cancer screenings. Her medical team confirmed she was under active care until just days before her passing. The public is learning that even icons face grueling personal battles away from the cameras. The rare condition situs inversus mirrored organs she lived with was a fascinating footnote to her life. Doctors confirm her situs inversus was unrelated to the final cause of death. The breathing difficulties reported on the morning of January 30th were the immediate signs of the embolism. Her choice to keep her diagnosis private is being respected as a final act of personal dignity. The fact that she was nominated for awards in 2026 while ill proves her indomitable spirit. Pulmonary embolisms are often called silent killers due to their rapid onset. The 4:48 a.m. medical call to her Brentwood home illustrates a sudden, acute emergency. O'Hara's health journey reminds us that strength isn't always something displayed publicly. Her oncologist's signature on the certificate confirms she was a fighter for nearly a year. The transition from brief illness to underlying cancer has shocked many in her fan base. Privacy in the face of terminal illness is a difficult path that she navigated with grace. Career milestones and global influence. Her Emmy win in 2024 Schitt's Creek was a long overdue crowning achievement. From the Second City stage in Toronto to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, her journey was legendary. She was a pioneer for women in the male-dominated sketch comedy scene of the 70s. The Home Alone, Kevin scream is arguably one of the most recognizable lines in cinema history. Her vocal work as Sally in The Nightmare Before Christmas cemented her as a multi-talented artist. She often stayed out of the tabloids, letting her work speak for her character. International film festivals are already planning retrospectives of her 50-year filmography. Her chemistry with Eugene Levy is considered one of the greatest comedic partnerships of all time. She successfully transitioned from cult comedy star to a globally recognized household name. Younger audiences on platforms like TikTok have kept her Moira Rose persona alive through memes. Her recent Emmy nomination for The Last of Us showed her versatility in dramatic roles. Cookie Fleck from Best in Show remains a favorite among dog show circles worldwide. She was awarded the Order of Canada, the highest honor a Canadian citizen can receive. Her work on SCTV helped define a specific brand of subversive North American satire. She was known for being unfussy and down-to-earth on film sets. Despite her fame, writers for Schitt's Creek admit that Moira's vocabulary was largely shaped by O'Hara's input. Her career trajectory is a testament to the power of staying power in a fickle industry. She rarely played the straight man, always finding the eccentricity in any role. Her influence is visible in the careers of Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, and Kristen Wiig. O'Hara's death is a profound loss for the art of the character, legacy, tributes, and final farewells. Tributes from Pedro Pascal and Seth Rogen show her impact on the current generation of stars. The decision to cremate her remains and return her ashes to her husband Beau Welch is a private family moment. Her Muskoka Lakes cottage in Ontario, her final resting place, symbolizes her love for her roots. She is survived by a family that stood by her during her undisclosed battle. Fan-made shrines in Toronto and Los Angeles have become gathering spots for mourning. The dramatically oblivious Moira Rose has become a symbol of finding joy in absurdity. Hollywood will miss her wit, intuition, and generosity on and off the screen. She showed us that aging in Hollywood can be done with humor and relevance. Her brief illness statement was a shield that allowed her to live her final days in peace. The medical community is using this moment to educate on the link between cancer and clots. The 71 years she lived were filled with more creativity than most could imagine. Her legacy is one of laughter, which is perhaps the most difficult thing to leave behind. She was extended family to many who never met her, thanks to her warm screen presence. The entertainment industry lost a legend, but her filmography is immortal. Her final performance in the studio serves as a poignant closing chapter. Tributes emphasize that she was hysterical and kind, a rare combination in show business. She proved that you do not need to be loud in your personal life to be loud in your craft. The shock of her passing is slowly turning into a celebration of her brilliance. She was a genius to be near, as co-star Pedro Pascal beautifully put it. Her work was grounded in humanity, making the absurd feel real. The 50 years she practiced her trade changed the landscape of television forever. Her heart pointed to the right side of her chest, but it was in the right place for everyone else. We are all lucky we got to live in a world with her in it. Catherine O'Hara was, and will always be, the matriarch of modern comedy. Rest in peace, Catherine O'Hara. Thank you for the wigs, the words, and the wonder.